rise of sun. 500 I in my hands, work's never done. East on 8 screams, wood split in two. Bald eagles watching like a dream come true. Sweat drips off my brow, wood chips fly free. Feel dad's presence here, soaring with the breeze. Every split of memory, every cut of song. Firewood stacked higher, can't go wrong. Firewood at the furnace, flame meets the sky. Hard work and heartache, neither's wise die. Eagles fly above us, they know our pain. Wood split memories, dad's voice remains. Echoes in the forest, chainsaw bites the bark. Eagles cry for freedom, fuel the spark starts. Dad taught this wisdom, I carry it strong. In the forest and furnace where we belong. Sun sink, shadow stretch, days battle won. Blisters and blessings, they're the same one. Feels like dad's handshake in the work we've done. Firewood at the furnace ain't just fun. Firewood at the furnace, flame meets the sky. Hard work and heartache, neither's wise die. Eagles fly above us, they know our pain. Wood split memories, dad's voice remains. Firewood at the furnace, flame meets the sky. Hard work and heartache, neither's wise die. Eagles fly above us, they know our pain. Wood split memories, dad's voice remains. Dad's voice remains.
What is happening, everybody? Man, it is hot in Maryland today. We had a few days where we had some relief, but man, it is scorching out there today, and the garage is very hot tonight. I've got a fan going over here to try to at least move some air around, but we're going to make the best of it out here tonight. I want to say hello to everybody. I apologize. Not only did we miss last week because we were away, and we'll get into that here in a few minutes, but we also missed last month. So it's good to be back with you all live, and I'm looking forward to catching up with everybody. Busy times. I got a lot to talk about tonight, what's been going on with me personally, if you care to hear about any of that. But before we get started with that, let's give a toast to everybody who's joining early tonight. And what we're going to do while I give you all a chance to get your drinks ready is tell you about this bourbon that I'm going to be sipping on tonight. It is something that I've never had before. It's called Woodinville, and it's manufactured out in Washington State. But when I was with Chaz at the Kentucky Derby a couple months back, you all know that Eagle Rare is my favorite bourbon. I got the hat on tonight. But I found a bottle of Eagle Rare in Kentucky, which is unheard of up here in Maryland. And when I found it, I tried to buy it, but they said the way they work their stuff down there, it's quite a racket, if you ask me. You have to buy one of a few different bottles that they have that are store picks in order to be eligible to buy that bottle of Eagle Rare. So that's how I came across this bottle. I bought this one, and so I could get my bottle of Eagle Rare. But enough chit-chatting about that. I'm going to pour us a little bit of bourbon here to get started tonight and give a toast to you all. Thanks for being here. Cheers, everybody. It's not bad. See, it's see what proof this is. It's a little hot, so I think it's a little above 100. It is 115 proof. So yeah, it's a little bit hot, but it tastes pretty good. So we'll be doing good with that. Let's see who is in here tonight before I get too far behind here. Log Cabin Firewood. Jack, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you in here. Mr. Klein, William Klein is here. David Briggs, what's going on? My man Will Davidson, WD30 is here. Appreciate that. We got moderators here right off the bat, so that's always a good thing. Will Walcott, how you doing? I appreciate your text this morning. He watched yesterday's video and Eagle Eye picked out that rear tire was a little low on one of my trailers, and he wanted to make sure I knew about it so I didn't have any more blowouts. You guys remember the camper fiasco last year. But yeah, I did know it was a little low. I got a really slow leak in that tire that I haven't pulled it off the trailer yet to find it, but I tried to find it on the trailer and I just haven't located it yet. But it's really slow. But I appreciate that, Will, for pointing that out to me. It's always good. Sometimes you catch things that I don't catch. So appreciate everybody watching. There's my buddy Logger Jason and Mr. Bill Irwin. Bill Irwin has some exciting news. He'll be moving back into the house here, I think he said within a week or so. So I'm glad things are on the up and up for you, Bill. We've been thinking about you guys and your whole family for a while now. So I'm glad things are going to get back to some normalcy for you, hopefully here real soon. Ty Man is in here. He's normally the first one in, but he missed the first comment tonight, Ty Man. You're slacking there a little bit, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Firewood in the field is here saying hello. Shotlift Family Firewood, trying to call everybody out that's here early. You get here early, you get a shout out. Logger Jason's been away for 6 weeks from the live streams. I've been having a hard time keeping up too. Mr. Larry and Miss Robin, how are you doing this evening? Good to see you. And my man Ken from Ken's Cuts is here. Oh, and look at that. We got a super chat right off the bat tonight from Mr. Will Davidson, reminding everybody to hit that like button. So I appreciate that, sir. And cheers to you. The first ring of the bell goes to Mr. Will Davidson. Jeremy Funk is in here. Mr. Dean from outside in Michigan. Goodness, we got a good group in here already tonight. That's great to see. Seems how we had a little bit of a break there. Chris DeWolf saying hello. The Hogs Logs. Raise your glasses, Woodhounds. It is Thirsty Thursday for sure. Even if it is a week late, right? But I appreciate everybody being here. All right, let's try to get caught up on the chat real quick so I don't miss anything. Mr. Randy Clay, fresh out of the hospital and taking it easy. Well, I hope you're going to heal up quickly, buddy. Glad you stopped in to see what's going on. Joe from Joe's Premium Firewood is in here, and I know he's been having some issues with his shoulder. So another one that's needs some thoughts and prayers. He thinks it might be his rotator cuff, I think. I think that's what he said. I think he was supposed to go to the doctor today and hopefully find out some information. But best wishes to you both. Chris Farrell. He's from Colorado, and they have a fire west of us, over 8,000 acres. Yeah, I've been watching those fires out west, and it seems like every year it happens, but it's never a good thing. Never a good thing. So I wish you the best there, Chris, and hopefully it stays away from you. There's Miss Colleen saying good evening to everyone. Good to see you. All right, we're almost caught back up here. All right, if you have a question tonight, if the chat's going by too quick and I might miss it, put a big Q or a series of Qs in there. Helps do something to help grab my attention so I can kind of hopefully pick out your questions and get them up on the screen so we all can chat about it. Old Guy Firewood, Mr. Dick, how you doing, sir? Glad you're here this evening. And Tony from TC's Outdoors as well. And yes, Butch, I did a couple weeks back. I guess it's been a month or so now. I did trim it back. I actually need to shave right now. Getting a little scruffy underneath. But yes, I did trim it back for the summer. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to let it go again this winter or not. I tell you, I got so many comments after I cut it about how much better I looked. And nobody told me that I looked terrible when I had it. So I don't know. The beard does put age on you. So cutting it back definitely gave me a different look, but I don't know. Maybe in the winter I'll let it go. Mr. John here with a comment. Immensely like your channel from a very small time producer here in Macy, Indiana. Well, it doesn't matter if you're a big producer or a small producer, a hobbyist, small business, or doing it for a living. This community is great here, and I'm sure if you've been around it even just a little bit so far, then you know, and I appreciate the support of the channel as well. So thank you for that comment. Yeah, Oregon is on the campfire of about 1 million acres. That's just terrible. Terrible, terrible. There's Michael signing in from Rhode Island. So up in the Northeast there. Good evening. You're wanting them pin oak cookies? If you want them, Jack, come on over and get them. You know where they're going to go if they stay in my yard. They're still there as of right now. Let me know. We'll be heading out on another trip here soon. I'm going to talk about that. We'll be out of the state once again. But I'd like to be there to help you. But if I'm not, you're welcome to stop by and grab it. You know that, buddy. Here's Joe's progress report. Went to the doctor and she doubled my dosage on my nerve pain medication and scheduled an appointment with their orthopedics. All right, so it sounds like no MRI, no x-ray. So hopefully that's good news. I would assume that's good news. Mr. Klein, let me shut this door real quick. Some of this background noise, and I'll get into that. So, Brady, if you watched yesterday's video, then you know that we're dealing with a little injury with my boy Brady. About 3.5 weeks ago, he was pitching in a baseball tournament. And as you know, he is an avid pitcher and avid baseball fan. I mean, he lives and breathes the sport. So he's into it. I mean, he's working out all the time. He's in the batting cage all the time. He goes to pitching lessons every week and plays baseball year round. So he really doesn't give himself much of a break. But he was pitching in a tournament about an hour south of here a few weeks ago. And it was the third inning, and he threw a fastball. And I'm sitting on the third base sideline watching him throw because I never like to sit behind home plate while he's pitching. I feel like it's a distraction. He's worried about what I'm saying and doing. So I'd stay out of the way. I was down the third base line. He threw a fastball and immediately grabbed his elbow and dropped to his knees. He looked up at me. His eyes were huge and his mouth was wide open. And I just knew that something bad had happened. I'm not one of those dads that when my kids get hurt, I want to run out on the field and make sure he's okay. I let the coaches handle that. But at this point, I knew that this wasn't something you're going to rub some dirt on and walk it off. So I immediately got up and I went over by the dugout near the fence. And I didn't go on the field, but the coaches went out, got a hold of him, immediately brought him off the field, handed him right over to me. We got like a rag and made a makeshift sling for him, got some ice on it right away. Everybody had their coolers there. So fortunately we had some ice and we just booked it. We got out of there, loaded our stuff up and left our tent at the ball field, left some stuff there. Luckily the teammates and the families took care of that stuff for us, but we made our way to the hospital fearing the worst. We thought he tore his UCL, which, as you know, is Tommy John surgery and is about a year recovery. And he was just devastated. He thought his hopes and dreams had just ended on the field. So it was a little emotional, a little stressful. We got him to the hospital, and like I said, we were fearing the worst. And they took x-rays, and they came back and told us that no ligament or tendon damage, but he actually broke his elbow right at the point of his elbow where the growth plate is. His growth plate had almost completely closed up and healed up, but that was the weakest point, and he basically threw a pitch that overpowered the strength of his bone. It's not come to find out, it's not an uncommon injury. It's pretty common for athletes and pitchers. But the good news is that rather than a year recovery, it's only going to be about a 2 or 3 month recovery. He was in a cast for almost 3 weeks. He's now out of the cast in a brace that he can put on and take off. They're really trying to get him to get that motion back and that full mobility of his arm, all the way out and all the way in. He had his first physical therapy appointment this afternoon, and that went pretty well. 6 to 8 weeks, they're saying, and he'll be back as long as everything goes as planned. So the light at the end of the tunnel for all this is that if it was going to happen, this is probably the best time of year for it to happen, because it was the last tournament of his season. They're going into a little break right now, and then they start fall ball in October, which will be right around the time hopefully he's ready to go again. We're not rushing anything. We're taking it easy, taking it slow. He's with some really good doctors and some really good therapists that specialize in athletes and baseball players. So obviously, we want the best care for him possible to help him achieve the goals that he has set for himself. So that is the story with Brady. And we're just, wishing the best. And so far, so good. He's going to be okay. But just a little bit of a pause. And something that after we found out that it was just a break and not a torn ligament, he looked at me and said, "Dad, I think this was God's way of telling me to take a break." So that was pretty cool. All right. So that's that story. Comes to my kids, man. It's when anything happens to your kids, you respond to things a lot different than you do anything else. I mean, I served a whole career, as you know, in emergency services through the fire department, police, and all. But when it comes to your kids, it's a different story. All right, let's get caught back up here. Oh no, Dick, are you having similar symptoms? Have you been to the doctor yet? Maybe you and Joe can talk and hopefully maybe help each other out. Firewood is no easy task, as we all know. It's a lot of wear and tear on the body. Question from Jimmy Bradley. Do you notice any sales slowing down with this heat? Absolutely. Bundle sales have just been trickling. Not a whole lot. There about a month or two ago, things were pretty steady, but I would say within the past month and a half, 6 weeks, things have just slowed to a trickle, which is understandable. I mean, I don't know who wants to sit around a fire when it's 90, 100 degrees every day. But we are coming up on busy time. So it's just suffer through this little lull here, and we will be rocking and rolling again here really soon. There's Andrew saying hello to everybody. Good to see you, Andrew. Hope everything is going well, and your little shutdown, your little break for your guys and gals is going well. Ron Brooks, healing up good after my heat sensitivity issue, plus my rotator cuff is ripped, just waiting to get it done. Man, sounds like a lot of that going on. That's I hear that's a pretty painful injury. I know a few guys that have had that surgery, and I guess they have a problem lifting their shoulder up much above 90 degrees. I hear it's pretty painful. So best of wishes to you as well. So we got a lot coming up. Like I was just saying about the Firewood season coming up, we've got the Hope event from York Firewood, Ken and Danny. If you followed us last year, then you know how great of an event that was. A lot of us guys went up there, set up our splitters, and made a lot of firewood for a really good charity. That date is set. I've got it here. I'll throw it up on the screen. It is set for Friday, September 13th. The website is there on the bottom as well. If you think you might want to come join us this year, help us split some wood, even if you don't have a machine to bring. There will be plenty of machines there and plenty of we will definitely find a job for you. So hopefully we can grow it a little bit from last year. I mean, we split a lot of wood last year. It was really cool feeling when we left there, knowing how much work we got done for those guys and for their charity and for the people who they help. So we're going to build on that this year, and it should be really, really cool. And I'll leave that at the bottom of the screen if anybody wants to jot down that website or that date. I think I lost my spot in the chat. So if I missed you, just type it back in there. Joe says, smash the thumbs up. He was number 40, and there's 102 people in here watching right now. Yes, we're very glad it wasn't a UCL tear either. The shed keys, I don't know if I have them here with me. Big shed?
Yeah.
I think they're on the kitchen counter. You want to say hi to everybody while you're here? Here's my girl, Taylor.
Hi.
She's getting her bike out to go for a bike ride. So, all right. So hit that thumbs up. Appreciate that. And we have another question here. Glad to hear Brady is on the mend and the injury wasn't as catastrophic as feared. For sure. Everybody's saying, wishing Brady speedy and full recovery and wishing him the best. I appreciate that, everyone. Thank you. I will certainly pass that along. Okay. All right, here's a question from Will. I feared Tommy John. I was praying for good prognosis. Thank the Lord he is not going to have to end his time playing, for sure. I mean, I really, really would worry about his mental health if he wasn't able to play ball. I mean, that he lives and breathes it. Like, I can't, there's no other way for me to describe what baseball means to that boy. That is definitely his thing. So, but you know, it goes with the territory, especially being a pitcher. I'm sure this won't be the last injury. If you follow MLB or college baseball, it seems like it happens more and more often now. But it kind of goes with territory. But fortunately, there's a lot of people that have been through that, so they're very good at fixing you up. Logger Jason has a question. Does anyone know anything about the new Cord King kindling splitter? I do not. I haven't seen that. I don't really follow Cord King a whole lot. I look at them at the shows and things like that. If it comes through my news feed, I'll kind of look at it, but I don't have any information on that. Hopefully somebody here in the chat does, and they can help you out there. Ken booked his room for Hope today. That's great. I know he'll be there. He'll have his Axis in tow. I think we're going to have quite a few Axises there this year. So I don't know if I should bring the Axis or the 1222, but I know Jack might be bringing his Axis. Ken will have his. Both Kens will have theirs, actually. So that's pretty cool. Jack has a question. How's the grapple business going? How many loads do you estimate you'll have available this year? So we are stockpiling. The grapple truck is busy. Surprisingly, I've been doing a lot of shed demolition. I did one yesterday. The guy had a shed, and the roof was rotted and caving in on it, and he didn't know what he was going to do. So I went in there, pulled the truck right alongside the shed and just ripped that thing apart and took it to the landfill, and it was done in about 20 minutes. And back on the road heading to the landfill. So things are going good. As far as how many loads I'm going to have available for this year, I would say we probably have 5 or 6 loads of firewood logs in the yard right now that are going to be available, and probably 2 to 3 loads of sawmill logs. I'm actually going to take some loads to the sawmill tomorrow, and because they're taking them right now, so try to cash in on that. So yeah, I'm not advertising the firewood logs right now just because it's so hot. Nobody's thinking about firewood. But as soon as this weather breaks and we have that first cool day, I'm going to throw it out there on Marketplace and see what we can do with it. So yeah, there'll definitely be some loads available. Another super chat here from Marlon. Hi, Brad. He said he's glad my son's going to be okay. Well, thank you, sir. Thank you, Marlon. I appreciate that. Cheers to you, sir. And Jack says he's going to be making a few trips. I heard a rumor, Jack, that you were thinking about bringing the old girl, the old conveyor. I will tell you right now that I never checked the bearings or the axles on that thing, or I know the tires are. I don't know. I'm just saying, if you're going to tow that old girl up the road, just make sure things are good with it, or maybe I'll follow you or something. All right, Andrew, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Good to see you. Good question, Will. What does a landfill dump cost? So it depends on what you're bringing in. This is something that I've had to learn so that I can give approximate prices to these customers. So the way that we do the demolition stuff and things that need to go to the landfill is there's a flat fee for me to come out and per load. Then we add the landfill fees on top. If it's building materials like old decks, old sheds, just miscellaneous trash, clean out stuff, it's $79 a ton. But I did get a call the other day, somebody that has a 22-foot boat, a fiberglass boat that they want to get rid of. That's been a yard ornament for them for a while. And so I had to call and get prices on that. And basically the situation with a boat or something like that would be I have to take the motor out. I have to take the outdrive off. All fluids have to be drained. And it's $273 a ton, I think it was. So it can get quite pricey as far as landfill dump fees, but if you got a lot of stuff that you don't know what you're going to do with, and it's going to take you 5-6 trips with a trailer or a pickup truck, maybe it's money well spent. Definitely cheaper than having a dumpster brought in, left in your yard for 3, 4, 5 days that you have to load yourself by hand. We can come in there and make quick work of it. So a lot of people are taking advantage of it, and I think the more people that know about it, because nobody else around here offers that type of service or has that type of equipment. So as word spreads, I think it's going to, just stay busy. Jack has already bought a couple of these loads. He bought a load of mixed hardwood, and then he bought that load of cherry that I put up the other day. We had a job that was nothing but cherry. It was really good looking cherry that I would normally take to my yard to process, but I've got a good bit there already piled up that I need to get to. So I threw it up on Marketplace and on Facebook, and Jack grabbed it up. So there'll be more of that stuff coming along as we get set up here and keep building and learning. Maybe we'll be able to do some species specific loads. I don't know. We're gonna figure all that out. All right. I think I'm caught up in the chat, actually. So we talked about the Hope event. We need to talk about the Paul Bunyan show because it's not too far away either. It is coming up October 4th through the 6th. If you haven't booked your room yet for the Paul Bunyan show and you want to go, I think that is the best event of the entire year. Now, I haven't been to every event, so I'm no expert, but I've been to New York. I've been to Ohio. And I've talked to a lot of people who have been to a lot of these shows, and the Paul Bunyan show in Ohio seems to be the top dog. So if you haven't made it before, it's definitely worth a trip. You'll have a great time. We say it every year, but it's not just about the equipment. It's about the people too. And the more that we go to this, the more comfortable we are, the more we are experienced, and we really have a good time. So the website's there at the bottom of your screen. Also, if you want to check out the website, you can get advanced ticket sales or tickets at the gate. I would recommend getting advanced tickets. It's just a lot easier that way. You can get right in the gate. But it's a great show. So that is coming up in October. I know it might seem like a little bit of ways away, but it's really not. It's going to come up quick, and I'm looking forward to that. So Hope event and Paul Bunyan coming up in the next 2 months. Andy, I go to the actual landfill. We do have transfer stations here in the county, but I actually go to the landfill where I pull on the scale. They get my loaded weight, and then I actually drive into the cell with all the trash trucks and all the it is. If you've ever been back in a cell at a landfill, it's not the most pleasant place to be. But that's where it's got to go. And then when you come out, they get your lightweight and you pay the difference based on how much weight you brought in. So, yep, I'm getting pretty efficient and experienced at that. I put a CB in the truck the other day. You know, you think of a CB and you think a lot of people, those things are antiquated. Nobody uses. CB's dead. But, you know, there's still a lot of uses for CB radio. The truck drivers still use it, and the landfill dozer operators and loader operators are on there. So when you pull in, you can communicate with them, and they can tell you where they want you to back in and dump, so you don't have to get out and walk through that mess. So, yep, I put a CB in the grapple truck just last week. Jack, if you want dibs on species-specific loads, just let me know what you're thinking about. Because what I'm going to try to do is, right now everything's kind of piled up mixed. Once we get organized a little better, when we started stacking them up in the yard, we were just piling them on top of each other. We're going to have some different areas, one area specifically just for saw logs, and then we're going to have an area just for firewood logs, and I'm going to try to start separating those out. So let me know what you're looking for, Jack, and I'll try to help you out. It's basically dependent on what jobs we have. I mean, you know, we might have a bunch of cherry this month and no cherry at all for sale next month. It just depends on what jobs we're working. So that's what's going on there. Yep, I'll be at Bunyan Thursday through Sunday as well, Jack. I'm going a day earlier this year. I normally come in on Friday, but I'm coming in on Thursday this year as well. So that should be fun. Get a day to settle in. Yeah, Will, you're looking forward to meeting and seeing everyone at Bunyan. You'll definitely, it's a who's who of the firewood community for sure. So it's a great time. Ken's looking for somebody that is up in the Jersey area that might want to ride share to Bunyan. He's driving himself alone, so maybe an opportunity to carpool there if anybody's up in the area of Ken. Jack's going to make some purchases. He's going to bring back a truck full of stuff, he says. Andy, that's a great point. Landfills are definitely tire eaters. When I pull into the landfill, a lot of times the dozer is, you know, pushing stuff up as it gets dumped. But I do not. They got a dozer right there to push it up, so there's no reason to back all the way up to the pile of trash. I don't know if it upsets them or not, but I refuse to back my tires through the crap. So I will stay 10 or 12 feet short of the stuff, and I dump it right there. They can certainly push it up with one or two swipes. They will tear your tires up for sure. I appreciate this, Dick, especially after last year. All the shows are a substantial trip for him. He's down there in North Carolina. But Paul Bunyan and the fellowship at the furnace are his two definites. Well, if the fellowship is a definite for you after last year, then that's saying something, because what a mess. We've hashed through this enough. But I tell you, I lost a lot of time producing firewood this year because of trying to fix that situation up. It's something that had to be done anyway, digging all that out, putting stone in. But I think we are in really good shape now for the next event, whenever that may be. Like I told you before, I'm thinking about trying to change the timing of that to a little better time of the year. But we'll work on that here in a little bit, try to figure something out for that. Uh-oh. Will Walcott says he's got to bring his truck to Bunyan. And YouTube will find out why soon. A little bit of suspense there for everybody from Will there at Walcott Family Works. He's got to bring the truck. So are you hauling something or are you towing something? I think that you got to at least give us a clue there, Will. You don't have to tell us what it is, but are you going to haul it home or are you going to tow it home? That'll narrow it down a little bit. Yeah, Boonville. I forgot about Boonville. That's only 2 weeks away. Let me look that up real quick. that was another thing that I think I should probably give another chance to, is because last year the weather wasn't good for that either. So I probably didn't get the full effect of that. But yeah, it's August. The New York State Woodsman's Field Days is August 16th through the 18th. Wow. Now you brought that up, and now you got me thinking if I want to make a trip up for a day or two. I'm not going to do the whole weekend. The whole family came with me last year. And because of the weather, obviously, that it wasn't the best it could have been. But I might shoot up there maybe come up one afternoon, spend the night, and then spend the day the next day. I don't know. I have to think on that. And yes, sir, old guy Firewood, Thursday night at the Fairfield in Cambridge, Ohio is a blast. I think that's the highlight of the whole weekend, I would say. Everybody's coming in, or it's Friday night. I think we're talking about two different things. I digress. So Friday night is Dan's live stream from the Back 40 Firewood channel when everybody is in the hotel lobby. That is a really good time. Dick's talking about Thursday night, the night before. I've never experienced that. So I guess this year I'll get to be part of that party. Yeah, Heath and Rachel are always a good time there as well. They're WD. Everybody knows the more Heath drinks, the more the volume goes up. He's a great guy, though. I really like him. Logger Jason's coming, looks like. Randall Clay, how much is one of your whiskey glasses? Randall, shoot me an email, buddy. I've got a few here. I haven't really been promoting a lot of that merch here lately, but shoot me an email and we'll work it out. I promise you. Firewood at the furnace at gmail.com. So I don't have the engraved Glencairn glasses like I'm drinking out of right now, but I do have the rocks glasses, shot glasses, and beer mugs. And speaking of that, we're going to do a few giveaways tonight here before the end of the live stream because we missed last month's live stream. We missed last month's live stream, so we didn't do a giveaway. And I've actually got a few. You guys remember HIPAA chainsaw chains? They sent me some chainsaw chains to try out a while back, and they work pretty good. But they're a company that is constantly promoting their products. They're really active on social media. And they sent me a few shirts to give away, HIPAA chainsaw chains, HIPAA small engine parts, actually. They do a lot of small engine stuff. So I've got a couple of those shirts that we're going to give away tonight. And I've got this shirt that I've got on right now, a shirt like this, not this exact one that we'll give away. It's got the new logo on the back for the grapple truck service, BTS grapple truck service. Hope you can see that. Let me turn around. So we'll give one of those away as well. They are on the Bonfire store if you want one. So we'll give one of those away as well. And then we will do the trivia question where you get to pick your prize. So 4 giveaways coming up tonight. Why not? Let's just do it. Since I kind of dropped the ball last month, we'll make it up to you. Jack says Boonville was a lot of fun. He's going to go back next year. Taryn's big 40th birthday is the 17th. Does she know you just told everybody that, Jack? He couldn't take her to a chainsaw festival for her 40th birthday. Well, hopefully, I'm sure you guys are doing something fun. You guys are always up for some kind of adventure, so that's understandable for sure. Wish her a happy birthday from me and all of us. Yeah. Well, that did not come from the fellowship. I think that came from Michigan. We'll just leave it at that. Okay, so here's your clue from Will. The dump truck the dump trailer is going with him to Paul Bunyan, and what is in store will be in the dump trailer. All right, that's kind of a clue, but it doesn't clear things up a whole lot. So we'll just have to stay in suspense here, buddy. $765 guys have a guess. So I'm sure it's a secret. I'm sure he doesn't want to give it away. So we will keep the pressure off, keep the pressure at a minimum for him tonight. It's going to make for some good content for him, I'm sure. So we will just have to wait and see. Tony said he's taking it easy on Friday this year. Yeah, that can hurt you. You know, and when you get mixed up in all the excitement and all the people and just the, you know, all the emotions that you have meeting these people that you talk to that you've never met. And of course the drinks, it can get away from you. And then before you know it, you're showing up at 1 o'clock in the afternoon on Saturday to the show. Firewood Hut, how you doing tonight? Good to see you. All is well. Things are going pretty good. It's just really, really busy. We've been to Georgia. We've been to Tennessee. We're going back to Tennessee here soon. But it looks like after we get back from this trip, we're going to have a little bit of a break. So we'll be able to recoup a little bit. Will, am I only bringing Eagle Rare to Paul Bunyan? Well, that's kind of a tradition that I've started now, right? I break out all the little glasses and line them up on the table, and we kill the whole bottle in about 30 seconds. Do you have a request? I mean, Eagle Rare is kind of like the tradition at this point. So I'm not sure why you're asking, but let me know, and maybe we can change it up a little bit. But I do have a bottle set aside specifically for Paul Bunyan that I'm not tapping into, that I'm saving. Robert Cunningham is checking in from North Texas. Cheers to you as well, sir. Thanks for joining in. And look who made it to the show, my man Shive. Saying hello to everybody. Good to see you, partner. I know you've been super busy too, and I'm glad you answered my text the other day when I reached out to you. Glad things are going good. Yes, the York Woods. You will definitely meet a lot of people. And if you're anything like me, and I feel horrible about it all the time, but I can meet you, shake your hand, look you in the eye. You can introduce yourself to me, and I'll introduce myself to you. And I will turn around, and 2 minutes later cannot remember your name. And it is not personal. It's just how I work. Normally the second time, if I say, I'm sorry, I don't remember your name, and you tell me, it will click in and save in my memory bank. But there's so many people there and so many faces, and trying to put names with faces. It's definitely pretty cool to get to see everybody. And there is my good friend, Mr. Ben Scholes. How you doing, Ben? Good to see you in here as well. I hope everything is going well for you. Yes, Diesel Dad, there will be free stuff tonight. Shive's birthday, the 43rd birthday, is coming up on the 16th of this month. So a happy early birthday to you. And look who it is right now. We're going to pause the chat here for just a second because my good buddy Brady is here.
Hey, everybody.
We just, earlier in the show, we went over your story and everything that's been going on with you.
Oh, yeah.
Show him your brace. So he's got movement now.
Yeah, okay.
He's supposed to be practicing getting his arm straightened out and pulled up to his shoulder. Had his first therapy this appointment today. So how are you feeling?
Like they dry needled me. At the physical therapy, and everything just felt kind of like it felt a lot better. Like I was able to straighten my arm out and bend it like back. But the guy said that bending it back is going to be tougher than bending it forward. He said forward, I'll be able to do it easier than back.
So just trying to get that range of motion back.
Yeah.
So the dry needling that they did, they put needles in your neck, right?
Yeah, they put it right there.
So
And then
they
put
gave
one-
him some like electric shocks in his neck, which is supposed to help relax these muscles in your shoulders and in your
And
arms.
then they put one like right there.
Yeah. So did that feel good to
Yeah.
help you?
It didn't feel good when they were doing it, but it felt good once they got it off of me. And I got rid of it.
Well, everybody in here has been sending you well wishes and praying for a speedy recovery for
Thank you,
you.
everybody.
So you got a lot of support here as well. They know how important baseball is to you. So
Yeah.
you'll be back before you know it. And
Yeah.
like you said, God's giving you a little bit of a break and a little
Yeah.
bit of a reset here because you're pretty hard on yourself.
Yeah.
You go all the time.
They the guy like he put on the what's it called? They had like weights, but they had like wraparound ones, and they had me like going up like that and down, and then they had me going like that and stuff with them, and I'm doing squats too with them, and mainly what they were trying to do is get my back into my scat a lot
Mm-hmm.
because this side's stronger than that side.
Really?
Yeah, Mom didn't tell you.
I didn't realize your left side was
Yeah.
stronger than your right side. Huh.
Did you see on the picture? It was
Yeah.
like this side was higher than
Yeah.
this side.
Yeah.
I don't know how that was, but
Well, they're going to get you fixed up for sure.
Yeah.
So, I'm glad that now you're not nervous about the therapy now, right?
yeah.
Good. I know you had some anxiety over that. So 130 people in here right now, buddy. We're talking about Paul Bunyan.
Mm.
Walter Abrams, the beard is back. Well, not quite back, but I was saying earlier I probably need to trim it up. It's still pretty hot outside. I might let it go this winter. I don't know, but yeah, I mean it's a little bit back, but nowhere near like it used to be. Good to see you here, Walter. Haven't seen you since that day in the parking lot at Rural Farm, so I hope everything's going well for you, buddy. Let's see if we got any more questions here real quick. Ken's gonna try to push you for some clues at the Hope event, Will. So keep your game face on, stay strong, buddy. Hold off for the surprise. And let me tell you from experience, don't leak it to anybody because this community, while we're tight and while we're all good friends, if you leak it, it's going to get pushed out. And I know from experience. So if you want to keep it hush hush, don't tell a soul. Will, it's not quite giveaway time, but we're getting there. If I give away the stuff right now, everybody leaves. So we got to wait a little bit. I'm not going to wait to the very end, but we're going to wait a little bit. Jack, Paul Bunyan, you know Mr. Bill will be helping us out with that situation. Good whiskey is Mr. Ben's request. Well, that's not going to be a problem. We always have some good whiskey or bourbon. Shibe, you're not allowed to have any of that. Is Sam coming with you? Is Sam going to be there to watch over you? All right. Just checking for questions here. Tony Woods, how much firewood do you sell in the fall? If you include the 10 cord of green wood that I take to the one customer every year, it's right around 50 cord, 45, 50 cord, somewhere in there is normally what it is. And that's not counting the bundle sales. I don't really keep track of cordage when it comes to bundles, and especially now with the retail stores, that number has gone up a little bit. So I would say 45 to 50 cord roughly is an accurate number. Not a whole lot, but enough to keep me busy for sure. If I had a couple guys working for me, I'm sure I could double that pretty easily. But just for myself, run around the kids' schedules, family schedules, and everything, and now the grapple truck, 40 to 50 cord is all I can pretty much keep up with. Will, I still remember my first time meeting Brad. Well, you got to tell me about it because you've never told me the story. What was your first impression? I want to know. You don't have to type it in the chat if you don't want to, but text me or call me. That'd be a funny story. Your first impression of Brad. If it's anything like most people, you're probably gonna. I don't know. I'm not gonna give you any. I'm not gonna give you any ammunition. You just fire it at me. Shibe will be back up and running this month. More content coming up from Outside with Shibe. So I'm looking forward to that. I hope you all are too. Stop the chat. Let him catch up. I guess I'm far behind again. Everybody's saying hello to you now. We're just now getting to the part where you walked in, Brady. Glad you're healing up well. See all that? Everybody's glad to see you're on the mend. He's in good spirits too. Good spirits. Got a smile on his face. When he was in that cast, he wasn't happy because he couldn't get in the pool. He had to wear a special arm sleeve just to get in the shower. It wasn't comfortable for him to sleep. So now that he's got this brace that he can move around in, it's making his life a lot better. Brad Six, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you here. Hope things are going well for you. Busy season is almost upon us. I know you're going to be busy as well.
Like I said, a lot.
Yeah, Ken, your Axis secret definitely leaked. I told you. It's not harmful. It's not disrespectful. It's just the excitement of the community. I believe that. All right. Tony Wood said, "Hi, Brady. I pitched when I was in high school. I hurt my right arm in football tackling a player, and I pulled my right arm out. I went to a Temple Sports Medicine for rehabbing my throwing. Good luck." So, yep. I mean, injuries are part of it. I mean, you see Mike Trout is out for the season. Did you see that?
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Mike Trout's out for the season. I mean, one of the best players in the game. Speaking of sports, I just got to get this off my chest. Have you seen the news from the Olympics? I mean, what are we doing? I don't want to get political here, but what are we doing in this country? I mean, we are so far off track, and common sense has been completely thrown out the window. I mean, today a transgender man is in a boxing ring with a female, and she gives up after 46 seconds because she's never been hit so hard in her life. I mean, I digress. I don't understand what is going on. But I hope we can get back on track here soon. I really do. It's absolutely insanity. All right, question from the Rusty Garage in Homestead. What's the one thing you would change on your Easton Made if you could? Oh, wow. That's a hard question. I mean, I have the 1222 in the Axis. I really don't know. I think if I could change one thing, and I think this change has already been made to the box wedge with the pullback arm, is that sometimes when the arm pulls back, it doesn't quite pull it back far enough to drop it in. So I have to reach up and, knock it back an inch or so, which isn't a big deal. But really, that's the only thing I can think of. I really, really like the machine. And I think that's something that they've tweaked since I got my machine. But they're constantly evolving. Andrew and his guys are constantly taking feedback. They made a lot of changes to the Axis, from the log lift table to the throttle, and the starting mechanism is on the front side, to the conveyor. The attached conveyors controls are on the front side. They've got the option for the larger engine now. They've changed the teeth on the conveyors to where it grabs the wood better. They're constantly evolving and constantly making changes. So they certainly do listen to the customers and take the feedback. But as far as my machine specifically, I would say that that's the one thing that I would probably want to change. Joe wants to know how Brady would feel about the Orioles trading Gunnar Henderson for You know that guy? Tarek?
Tariq Screwball.
Left-handed pitcher.
Yeah.
He knows all these players. I don't.
No. I mean, it's just like Gunnar Henderson. He just had a double earlier.
Yeah, but he's also got 18 errors on the year, I think.
Well, yeah, but his hitting kind of, it's just, he's young. He's
a good player.
He's progressively getting better too. So.
Did you see Jackson Holiday came back up to the big leagues and hit a grand slam the other night?
Almost hit 2 home runs last night.
Did he?
Yeah, the other night. Yep. Hit one off the wall.
Or
no, it wasn't off the wall. It was he did hit it off the wall, and you know, like the yellow line that's like right under the foul pole.
Yeah.
It hit the yellow line, but they reviewed it and they called it a foul ball.
Well, the yellow line is actually fair.
Yeah, but they like part of the ball hit it and they didn't see it.
Well, is what it is. How old is Brady, and what is his height? He is 13 years old. How tall are you now?
5'8".
5'8", 5'9", somewhere in there. He's been growing like a weed here recently. But his 14th birthday is coming up. It's actually August 5th. So a lot of August birthdays here. We're going to be celebrating his 14th birthday coming up. So hopefully he's going to be as tall, if not taller than me. I told him the other day, I hope one day he's bigger than me. And he said, really? You want me to be bigger than you? I said, of course I do. You're my boy. I'm your dad. So that surprised you, didn't it, when I said that? I hope you're big and tall.
All right, well, I'm heading out. I'm going on a walk with Mom.
All right, buddy. Thanks for
See you,
stopping.
everybody. Thank you.
All right. Question from logger Jason here. What is the best way to sharpen the box wedge on a 1222? I seem to have rolled the top right up and flat. Was going to use a flap wheel or an angle grinder. So you can sharpen the wedges. Shive might be able to answer this better for you. Andrew actually doesn't sharpen the wedges from the factory just because of the safety hazard. I mean, you really don't need it to be super sharp. But if you want to like knock the powder coat off of it or something, I don't think that's a bad idea. But those wedges are made with such heavy steel that I don't know if I've ever seen one rolled. So maybe if you sharpen them and you get them to a fine point, they would roll easier. But I've never touched mine from the factory, and the powder coat is worn off of them now, and I don't have any problems. So I think Shive might have sharpened his, if I remember correctly. I might be wrong about that. But yeah, if you get it too sharp and too thin, it's definitely going to roll on you. What's wrong?
Where's the light?
This light? I'm using it. There's Matt Weimer. He's here, but he's late. Let's say hi to Matt.
Hi.
Are you getting in the pool? They're going night swimming. Well, I'll be done here in a little bit. I'll bring it out. Good to see you here, Matt. Butch, better with the short beard. Well, I appreciate that. Maybe I'll try to keep it about this length. Brad 6 shaping up to be his biggest year yet. That's good. You work hard, man, and you do a lot of stuff. So reap what you sow there, and hard work pays off. So good for you. Oh, wow. I am so far behind on the chat. I'm just now getting to my political comments. I apologize for that. I probably shouldn't have said anything about it, but I'm sure a lot of us in this community probably feel the same way. When am I going to start making bins? As soon as firewood starts going out this fall. I'm going to clear out the back rows along the horse fence first and start making my first bin and start filling that as the rest of the wood is going out this winter. So yes, you will see the bins, and the way I'm going to do them with IBC tote cages around the perimeter, double stacking pallets on the floor, and we'll see how that works out. Maybe you all might have some ideas for me along the way. But yes, I will be making content of that because that's going to be a pretty big transition in the wood yard, and we'll see how it goes. But yes, that will be coming soon. Man, Ken's Cuts. He's 55 tomorrow. August 2nd is his birthday. So many August birthdays. And there's Shibe right there chiming in. I thought you had done something with that. He said, use a flap disc. You have better control. Oh, wow. Old guy Firewood did his as well. Tony, Brady's best pitches. He's got a really, really good curveball. I mean, that thing just falls off the table. His changeup is good. His fastball has a natural cut to it. So that's a pretty good pitch he has. But he's only 13, coming up on 14, so he's not throwing a whole lot of crazy stuff yet. As he gets older, stronger, and matures a little bit, his pitching coach is going to introduce some more stuff to him, some different grips, some different techniques. But his pitching coach is really good. He coaches some major league players that are in the minor league system and a lot of college pitchers. So he really big on arm care. So he's kind of taking his time with that, but he sticks with it. He wants to play D1 college baseball. That's his goal. So we're behind him, and I think he has the ability to do it. He's got the grades. He's a good student, and he's dedicated to the game. So I think that's where he will end up. We'll be traveling to wherever he decides to go to college and watching him play. I can't wait. Hey, Nick, you made it. Flag football practice. Wow, football practice starting already. I bet that was hot for them boys, for his little guy. Hello, everyone from Rhode Island. Well, glad you joined us, Nick. I don't know what the temperatures are up north there, but it was a hot one here today in Maryland. And Joe Gilbert signing in. Sorry, but he's late. Good to see you, Joe. Thanks for dropping off those pallets the other day. I appreciate that. Sorry I wasn't there to help you unload them, but I was about 10 hours away in Tennessee. Will, you can call me anytime. If I don't answer, leave me a message and I will call you back. Yeah, you can use that. I will call you back, Will. A lot of times when I'm in the truck, I don't answer the phone because you can't hear anything. So, yeah, just leave me a message and let me know to call you back. Hemlock. Yeah, I don't get much hemlock. Says the Rusty Garage in Homestead, been really hot in northeast Oklahoma here lately as well. Yeah, man, we've been having August weather since June. So I think my wife, Valerie, she said the other day, she is ready for fall. Colleen, man, your weather just goes from one extreme to another. 92 degrees in Saskatchewan now, low humidity. And then in the wintertime, they just have brutal winters there too. So that is definitely some big weather, some big temperature swings that you all deal with. Yes, we are in overtime, so I guess we should go ahead and do the giveaways now. All right, so the way I'm going to do the giveaways is we're going to do these HIPAA shirts first. Now, I need you all to cooperate with me here because I want to keep this as fair as possible and as simple as possible. So I have 2 shirts to give away. They are different sizes. And how am I going to do this? The first person to type in the correct shirt size for this particular shirt, and I'll hold it right here so you know, will win this shirt. Type in your shirt size, but only one answer per person. One answer per person. Type in your shirt size. And I'll wait for the chat to come through here. I'm watching. All right, here comes. They're starting to come through here now. I haven't seen it yet. All right, here we go. I think this is the right answer, the first one. Tony Woods, 3XL. There it is. 3XL. Tony Woods, you win this shirt. Send me an email, firewood@thefurnace@gmail.com, and I'll need your shipping information, and I will get that shirt out to you. All right, so no more comments on shirt sizes. We're going to do the next one a little different. And while we're waiting for that chat to clear out, I just want to show you this letter and sticker that I got in the mail the other day. He's Mr. Tom's Firewood. I don't know if he's in the chat tonight or not, but he's alongside me here in Delaware. And he wrote, "Brad, thank you for the stickers. My name is Tom Bunting. I work full-time in the law enforcement field here in Delaware. I started my own firewood business 3 years ago, and I have 2 roadside stands right now and do about 20 deliveries a month. I enjoy watching your videos and learning new tips and tricks. I hope to make it to the next fellowship. Keep up the great work and stay safe, Tom." So the reason why I bring this up, and I had this out here to read to you tonight, is because it's really cool to get stuff like this. You know, we spend time in this community making friends with each other and making videos and putting content out for us all to watch. And I still vividly remember when I first started this whole thing, watching these videos and learning tips and tricks. I mean, you think, how complicated can firewood possibly be? I mean, there's only so many ways you can do it. But it's really cool to get letters like this once in a while. Somebody who can relate to my career in law enforcement and is kind of doing the same thing, probably relieving some stress, probably, you know, getting out, staying active, trying to stay in shape, and doing his little firewood thing, and watching me to try to figure out what his path is going to be. So it's a full circle, and things like that are really cool. His sticker's on the beer fridge over here. I don't know if Tom's watching tonight or not, but if you are, Tom, I certainly appreciate that. Thank you for the letter and the sticker. Yeah, Tom, I see you say subbing now. I'm not sure if Tom's Firewood has a YouTube channel. He didn't mention that in his letter. But if he does, I haven't found it. So maybe he'll start one up here soon, and we'll be able to all help him out with subs. All right, so for the second shirt, now that all the comments have cleared out, we are going to do sizes. So start the sizes again, and the first person to put the size of this shirt in the comments will win this one. So I will wait for the shirt sizes to start coming back in a second time. Kind of tricked you there a little bit. Here we go. Jeff LeVere. XXL. 2XL. Close enough. Jeff, you're the winner of this shirt. So go ahead and send an email to firewood@thefurnace@gmail.com. And I will get that shirt sent out to you as well. Log Cabin Firewood said petite. He's on a carnivore diet, so he is getting pretty petite. I wish I could get back on it and stick with it. I need to start doing something, starting to put the pounds back on. Gets harder and harder the older you get, for sure. All right, Dick is heading out. He's calling it a night. Hopes to see us, several of us, at Bunyan. Have a great week. You as well, sir. Thank you for the text the other day. Checking on Brady and, you know, well wishes. I appreciate that. It's really nice to know you got friends in this community that will reach out to you. And I know Brady appreciates the support as well. So he's going to be good. He's going to be okay. Confident in that. The doctors have full confidence that he will make a full recovery, but appreciate everyone's support there. Shad put up a link here. Maybe he does have a YouTube channel. That link didn't work though, Shad. At least I can't click on it. Maybe you can in the other chat. All right. Yep. It looks like it's working. So that's what carnivore is, Will. You just eat meat, eggs, has to come from an animal. And it's kind of one of the easier diets to do, but after 6 or 8 weeks of just eating meat, you kind of want something else. I think you got to have some variety. So try to switch it up as much as you can, between fish and chicken and beef and whatever. I've got to get back on it. Definitely got to get back on it. All right, so let's do this shirt now. For this shirt, I tell you what I'll do. Sorry, this is kind of makeshift here tonight. I didn't really have a plan for this. I'm going to write down a number between 1 and 20. The first person to comment the correct number wins this shirt with the grapple on the back. So start one answer per person. One answer per person. Same rules. So I'll start looking at these numbers. They're flying in here now. And there it is. Mr. Bill Irwin, number 18. You are the winner of this shirt. So still got one more giveaway to do. Don't go anywhere yet. Send me an email, Mr. Bill, and I will get this shirt sent out to you as well. I'll need your shirt size and your shipping addresses, everybody. All right. So we've given away the 3 shirts. Now we're going to do the monthly Thirsty Thursday giveaway with the trivia question. And I've already got the trivia question queued up here. Yeah, Diesel Dad, it's not the shirt off my back, but it will be a shirt just like this one. So, What are you saying, Jack? Not fair. You said 1 and 20, and it's between those two numbers. Oh, I see what you're saying. Well, it was between, just not right in the middle. I got you. Hey, I missed a super sticker here from Mr. Joe Mamba. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Cheers to you. You know, we're just about finished with this, and it's really not bad for 115 proof. It's pretty good. So I am pleasantly surprised by this bottle that I had to purchase just to get the Eagle Rare. Oh, and another super sticker from Mr. Joe Mamba. Thank you again. And it looks like we're going to finish this little bit off here. And that's calls for a top off. And this bottle has a cork, so that gives it a little bit of credibility. Those screw top bourbons, they discredit themselves right away by putting a screw top on top. So thank you, Joe. Certainly appreciate the 2 super stickers there. And there's still some numbers going in here. So let's get to the trivia question. Has anyone noticed the AI summary of the chat if you leave and come back? It's kind of creepy. I have not. Take some screenshots, Jack. I want to see it. I've never seen. How do you even find that? I don't even know how you would look at that. AI, I think AI is a scary thing to begin with, all around. I don't know where that technology is headed, but certainly pretty crazy stuff. Oh my goodness, Will. Big super chat from Mr. WD30. Thank you for such a wonderful night, sir. You are certainly missed. After we are finished here, please go and enjoy the pool. Thank you, Will. My friend, you know you don't have to do that. It's definitely appreciated, but things like that are not expected. I certainly thank you, and cheers to that. Will drinks Whistle Pig. The actual cork is heavy. I don't think I've ever tried that one. Bill, yes, I can bring the shirt to Bunyan. I hope I remember. I'll have to put an alarm in my phone, a note, an alert in my phone, but I will bring it to Bunyan. That's perfectly fine. I'll do that for you. That's one less shirt you have to pack in your luggage, buddy. Shotlift family firewood, phone's dying, holding out for trivia, but if I drop, have a great weekend. So let's get to the trivia right now from Mr. Shotlift family firewood so that he can participate. Here is the trivia question. I saw something under a log in yesterday's video. What was the actual species of what I saw? First correct comment. USS Seawolf. I think that I will give it to Mr. Miller Stumps and Firewood. Garden snake, garter snake, same thing. Miller Stumps and Firewood, you are the winner. You get your choice of a whiskey glass, a set of shot glasses, a beer mug, or a hat. What else do I have over there? I think that might be it right now. Send me an email, firewood@thefurnace@gmail.com, and I will get with you. You can pick your prize, get your shipping info, and I will send that out to you. Miller Stumps and Firewood, congratulations. So now that Copperhead. I hope I don't find any Copperheads. This is the season for them, though. August is Copperhead baby season. Look for those little yellow tails and don't mess with a Copperhead. They are venomous and they are local to this area. Cobra. No, Jack, I don't play with snakes like you do. I am not a snake guy, as I told you in the video. And Jack's got all kinds of crazy answers. Breaking the rules, answering more than once with all the wrong answers, and he knows they're the wrong answers. Yeah, Jack, don't ever bring that snake out when I'm there. The price of your wood loads will go up as a what do they call it? A hazardous work environment. Hazard pay. Oh wow, Britt, you're still at the number portion. Yeah, you're a little behind. But hey, just stay where you are for now because you'll catch up and you won't miss anything. Miller Stumps and Firewood says, my wife says anything but a hat. Well, if you want me to send you some pictures of the other stuff, I can do that. But whatever you decide, if your wife's involved and you're a bourbon drinker or a whiskey drinker, I can send you a set of shot glasses so you'll have one for you and your wife. Gringo Pines, what are you doing, buddy? Do you live on Copperhead Road? I don't live on Copperhead Road, but I do enjoy some moonshine. That's a good song. What is the email, Brad? I will throw it up here on the screen so that you guys that won have it. And there you go. Firewood@thefurnace@gmail.com. And hey, if anybody on here has channel stickers that I don't have yet, or if you would like a sticker of mine for this channel, you can send me an email to this address as well. I'd love to send you a sticker or exchange a sticker with you. And if you send me yours, it will go on the beer fridge, which makes it to the videos once in a while as a backdrop. So I see the Rusty Garage and Homestead wants to send some stickers. Shoot me an email and we can certainly swap those as well. And there is Mr. Scuba. Are you coming to Hope this year, buddy? You bringing the dyno with you? Good to see you. Hope is coming up. And there is Ken from York Firewood. I don't know if I missed you earlier in the chat, but I see you there now. How are you doing? And if Danny's there with you, what's up, Danny? Woo! My man, Danny. I can't wait to see you guys in September. But, oh, Scuba sold the Dyna. I didn't know that. So does he have it? Did he replace it, or does he have anything now? Bert's Custom Cuts will have stickers at Bunyan. Oh, it's going to be a good time this year. I got a feeling it's going to be bigger and better. Bunyan is going to be fun. And you know what's funny is the weekend after Bunyan is when Chaz is getting married. So we've got his wedding right after the show. So I don't know if Chaz is going to be able to make the trip with me this year or not, but he's got a lot going on getting ready for the wedding. So lots of stuff happening. All right. I will look forward to everybody's emails. And with that, I think we're going to wrap it up. Appreciate everybody joining us. I appreciate everybody, all the super chatters for sure, and all the people who sent comments and questions and participated in the chat tonight. I really, it makes the experience a whole lot better for everybody. Thank you to the moderators for being here. And we will be back, I promise you, next month for the official Thirsty Thursday live stream on the last Thursday of the month. So that being said, good night, everybody, and we'll see you soon.